Welcome to Talking Over You with Sarah Sturm
and Hannah Sturm.
Here we go.
If you're gonna be an asshole, at
Be
least
funny.
At least be funny. I thought it was a mancoon.
We need to have like a real athlete on here. It makes me consider different careers every time I have to pee in my chamois. Oh, did you get new glasses?
Nope. I've had these for a long time.
That was crazy. They were just perfectly framed by your eyebrows and they looked like octagons.
There is something in my eyeball. That's all right.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Phew. We're uploading. Seems like there's more service than there was in Andorra.
We made it. Well, you had a busy day. That was really hard to try and figure out how to record this.
Yeah.
Sarah forgot. And the craziest thing is we had texted an hour earlier.
Well, yeah. It's an illness that I have.
It is.
It's called ADHD. No,
yeah, I should know better
crazy.
than to be like,
Thank
you text me when you're ready. I need to just...
No, I know. It's nuts because like Roszko and I, when I was texting you earlier, we're literally like running up the final two stages of Dylan's race.
Yeah.
We're like running up to go shoot photos. And I was like texting you, like voice texting you. And he finished. We're like running down the trail. We come back. There was just like 5 million other things that happened between the final text to you. And then when you were like, I'm ready. And I was like, fuck, I totally forgot.
It's basically exactly like what's happening here. You know, I had to take Apple to the dog park and oops, I said the word. And then I had to clean out my car because I'm going to Albuquerque. And, you know, if you have anything in your car, people will break your windows and steal it all out.
Well,
so
we're about to go to Barcelona. And that's like part of the reason that I was like, we need to do this today now because Barcelona, if you set a bag down, someone will nab it. Like the last time a couple years ago when we were walking around, this woman starts yelling and this guy had like ran past her and grabbed like a plastic bag of her to-go food.
Wait, have you seen the guy on TikTok that calls out, he goes, picky pocket, like he like films and like, and it's always
There's
like
a lady
women.
that does that too.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's always like the ones who are picky pockets are always like women, like middle-aged women who look like totally unassuming and like holding like umbrellas and like he can't, picky pocket.
Naughty.
And he catches them. Naughty.
Oh. What? We have a new advertiser this week.
Yay. I totally...
Yeah, wow.
I actually don't know who.
Thank you so much to Silka. They are sponsoring this episode, and I get to explain to Hannah what Silka is, but it's a product. Well, they make a ton of stuff. I first actually learned about Silka on the cyclocross scene because they had like some of the nicest tools, and I won a set of Allen wrenches at a race, and I was like, oh my God, I really made it. I won Silka tools, but they make everything from chain lube, chain wax, sealant, tools, pumps, like the nicest. They basically like find these like very niche things and then make them really, really good and better than other things. So thank you so much, Silka, for supporting this episode. Sorry, it's so chaotic.
Chaos.
But you knew what you were getting into.
They know you, right?
Yeah, they sponsor me too.
Great. Yeah, they know you.
Yeah, so let's see. I'll fill you in because I'll tell you what you didn't ask.
Wow, you know what I want to know? Everything you're about to tell me.
Do you?
I mean, I actually do. I'm curious, like, how Dylan's doing and what's going on.
And where we are.
And well, I feel like I've, like, you know, I follow along on Instagram and see, it looks pretty. It seems like you and Roszko have fully become siblings.
We have become siblings, yes. Mm-hmm. He is the third. The third sister now.
Yes.
We're missing Kayla, his girlfriend, because she would really enjoy it here. But she also doesn't like being cold. So today was pretty chilly. It was chilly today. Yeah. Good thing I had like 17,000 activities today because I didn't have time to be cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in Banasque. I thought it was Benyasque for a while, but there's no Enya. We're in Banasque, Spain, which is in the Pyrenees, and we have been. It's really funny. We have like a funny family dynamic. We drop Dylan off for his bike camp every morning
With his little juice box.
and then Roscoe and I really get to work. Actually, we've had a lot of work stuff to do, but yeah, then we go and get a cappuccino or cortado. And, you know, it's really rough here.
Yeah,
It's
that sounds
gorgeous.
awful. Wow, work does sound hard.
It's so hard. No, it's really cool. It feels like it feels fall because I'm a little bit sad that I'm missing fall in Colorado right now. Because is it fall? Is it?
It's fully fall. It's fully fall. Yeah,
It
it's
looks
really
chilly.
pretty. Today was it froze. I think there was a little bit of a freeze last night. You missed
Your
the
hair looks
craziest.
cute.
Thank you. I was hoping you would say something. This is from my homemade hair gel.
Yeah.
that I just honestly.
Did you
worth
dye it?
No.
It looks darker. No, it looks really cute.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm finally growing out this bad haircut. There it is. You missed the craziest electrical storm here.
No way.
2 nights ago, it was like thunder and lightning the entire night. Like
Really?
nobody slept. Everyone's animals were up. Yeah, you could just like.
Aw.
This guy came into the shop. He has like a tin roof, and he was like, "Yeah, once the like rain would subside, then I would hear all of the like." Then I was like, "Well, I'll get some sleep now." And then it was like you could just hear all the animals that were like, "Ugh." It was crazy.
What were the animals doing?
Well, they were freaking out because there was a lot of thunder. They're just barking. It was dogs.
Oh,
Dogs
barking.
were barking.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I was like, what sounds were the deer making? Like that one that hissed at me in Norman.
Whoa.
I don't know. It might have been something else, but
Yeah. So
Being crazy.
it's fully fall here. I also feel like I'm about to miss it because I am going to Albuquerque today. Go
to
see
hang
Mom
out
and Dad.
with the fam. Good job. Way to be the.
And really just to go to Trader Joe's. Bring
There
back
it
a
is.
haul. I think
There
there's
it
a
is.
job. There could be a job, a side hustle in like taking orders from people because we don't have a Trader. The closest Trader Joe's is 4 hours away, and anytime anyone goes, everyone like puts their orders in, and I think there's a side hustle in that. I think that
I would
there's-
pay.
Exactly. Everyone would pay somebody
would
to
pay
go
a little
mule
bit.
stuff back. A little bit, sure. Yeah, but if you have 20 people paying a little bit, you
Yeah.
could make money. Anyway, or they could open a Trader Joe's in Farmington, and that would be great.
That's my shirt.
No, it's not.
You have my shirt on.
This
turd.
one's been mine for a long time, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, all right.
Okay, get
Let's
into
see.
it.
Get into it.
Let's get into it.
Well, it was funny. It's vacations are always, I feel like I'm like sort of on vacation, but Dylan and I had like full role reversal. So we like left my race last week, a week from today. Yes. Yeah. Today was my race.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove with our friend Alex Roszko, who's also my photographer.
I have questions about how, like,
Oh, tell me.
Is he on this trip because he's taking photo? Like, I mean, yes, he's your friend. Obviously, like that is,
Sure.
you know.
No,
a thing,
it's-
but is he like? This is a work trip for him, for you.
Yes.
He's like he's on retainer. He's your photographer on retainer. Like, how does this?
Well,
how does this
okay,
work?
this is. Sorry, I had
Just
to
burp. Just vomit to the side.
We like agua con gas here.
Oh yeah.
So
We'll see.
it has con gas. Okay, this is actually Alex and I were saying this would be kind of a fun thing to talk about, but the economy of photographers in sports is really interesting. And I guess I can only speak to like Alex is the one that I know the best because he's, you know,
Yours.
he's mine. Well, he's employed by a lot of people. He's a freelancer. So he, like, for example, for a big race weekend, like Rancho Gravel last week or Unbound, for example, like all the photographers will basically like line up these jobs ahead of time, like with certain brands. And like, it's all about like connections. So like Roscoe always shoots for Specialized for like the big races. And so like they line that up ahead of time, you know, before the season really starts. So he knows like, okay, I have these deliverables for this brand at this race, which is nice. Like that's a really good place to get to as a photographer. So you're not like totally stressed all of the time. But then like little smaller races like this one here, like at first, Alex didn't have any work lined up other than like I was asking him like, yo, do you want to come on this trip and shoot it? Who can we pitch an idea deck to? So like last year we did a project with SRAM and Zip, and we made like photos and some reels because SRAM had a new group set coming out. So like we centered that around Rancho Gravel because it was sponsored by SRAM. And it's like this whole other world of sport that like exists for photographers. Actually, I mean, I really should have Alex come on here and talk about it. But so for this one, specifically, he ended up getting some work through like 3 or 4 of my other sponsors. And so we had deliverables to hit, not just race photos. Like that's the best case scenario for me of like, you know, if a sponsor just wants, you know, to buy some photos from Alex, but it's a little more lucrative for him if we can like, you know, do kind of a bigger project surrounding a race. But then it's like the reason I really like working with Alex is that he's good at knowing like how much is too much and like when to like ask for certain things. So we had like a project with Topo Designs and Alba Optics.
Yeah, that was a cute little reel you did.
That was
dancing
really fun.
Sarah. That was it was fun to watch. I was also so jealous. I just want all of those things.
Oh, well, we'll get you some Topo. That's easy. But
I could dance on a camera. Watch this.
You really could. You really could. But
well,
he
back
like set
before
all
my
of,
back.
he set all of that up, and he was like, what time? Like, we're maybe a little more organized than this podcast today. Sorry.
No, we've been organized.
Ooh. So, he basically like lined up enough work with people who worked with me and then some other racers. You know, like other racers and their bike sponsors will be like, oh, good, you're out there. Can you send us some photos? And like they pay for it, but like that's frustrating, I imagine, for a photographer, because then it's like, well, sweet, like I can't. That's a hard way to make plans because you're like, well, I have to pay for my plane ticket, pay for an Airbnb. So it's all this like funny like economy or like this whole system that happens behind the scenes.
That makes a lot more sense than what I had in my brain. Because in my brain, I'm like, oh, he is your photographer, and you just like have him on retainer.
No, I've asked. I mean, there are some athletes that do that with their. What I've learned over the years, because I've worked with a lot of photographers and a lot of videographers and done a lot of projects surrounding races and the most important thing for this line of work, at least for me, is that there's so many good artists out there and photographers. You just have to find the people that work the best with how you work. And that was a steep learning curve for me.
That makes a lot of sense. And just being around, you know, I've met Roszko in person once, and he just fits right in. Like he is part of the family.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Quickly,
so
like,
like,
easily. Yeah, he's an easy one to be
part
around.
of it now, like once the race was done, like Roszko's job was pretty much done. And so he and I are just like the three of us are just hanging out in Spain together.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to ride. His back is feeling a little bit better from an ongoing injury that he's had, which is crazy. Definitely affects everything. So he's like last year, he didn't even bring a bike at all to Spain or to Europe when he was working. So it's been really fun. And then he had this idea to show us. He had this idea that we would go and photograph one of Dylan's stages, and he would give me his camera, and then
so you can see like what a professional looks like versus somebody doesn't.
Well, it's been really actually kind of fun because I'm like, I mean, I know how to push a shutter, but like photographing like race photography is crazy stressful. It's like
really?
I was more it was nuts. I've taken photos before, but like when there's
And you're good at it.
Yeah, I'm good enough. Well, not.
No, I mean,
is
no.
what I
Well,
learned.
you're not a professional, but
No. And not that I thought I was at all, but it definitely has given me, because like yesterday, our whole day revolved around, we did a 9-mile hike up one of the stages to this like really cool area where Dylan was racing. And we like our whole day revolved around like basically getting one photo of Dylan.
God. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did. I mean, Dylan actually kind of messed it up because he unclipped, but
What an idiot. God, Dylan. Ugh.
but you're
Your one
like,
job.
I mean, shooting an enduro is stressful because you basically, if you're on foot, like you have one shot.
I thought you were gonna say
So
one
we
foot.
like one foot.
You got 1 foot.
We like hiked up one of the gnarlier stages, and like it was steep as hell. And we got up there, and then like when we like found the spot that we wanted to shoot, and then he sort of gave me like a crash course and like put his camera on like shutter speed priority, and then we talked about like framing and like basically everything is about the light. And like the photo yesterday, we prioritized getting like a cool like scenery, like sense of place versus like a gnarly like road or gnarly section of the trail or like really perfect light. And that's kind of just how it goes. So, but then today, part of the reason I forgot about the podcast was that we finished our ride and I kept going and did a little more. And then I came back, had time to shower. And then we went to this gas station and got some like really suspicious food. And then hiked up to try, I got this like weird, very stale bread with some like very old cheese on top. So I'm truly hoping that is not a terrible decision.
Give it a couple more hours and see how you're doing.
So if I start looking a little more green in this,
So asking if you just puked off camera, that was a good,
that's why I'm
pretty accurate question.
tamping the tummy down with some bubbly water. But yeah, so then we were like hiking up and people are like coming down the tree. It's gnarly. And then we caught, and then we got to this section where it's so interesting with photography, and like it's been actually kind of cool because like this is Roszko's job. Like during our races, like he's like jumping in, vehicles that are either on the course like as a media, or like he and Dylan tag team, and like Dylan like obviously is my mechanic and they have to like get to the feed zone, but then they hit all these photo spots ahead of time while I'm racing, and they're like following, the maps on, Ride with GPS or whatever. And then they're following like either my live tracker, if I have one, my phone, if I have it, if I have service, guessing where I am in, the race, and hoping that they can get to multiple, parts of the course and shoot that. And then not fuck the shot up too, and you're like just hoping that they don't miss you.
Damn.
So today it was like, we got to this spot and like I was looking for totally different things than Alex looks for. And what I learned today was like, it's all about light. So we were shooting in the trees and like you shoot into the light, and we knew Dylan had all black on, and he was like, okay, well, if you look this way, you won't really see Dylan. Like the light will be shining on him, but he's not going to have any sort of outline between his black shirt and pants and the like trees behind him. But if you shoot into the light, he'll have like kind of a glowy, and he was like, see how my like, shoulders are like he backlit himself, and I could see like there's like kind of a glowy outline of his shoulder. So I shot into the light, and actually it's a cool photo. And then,
God, have you ever just tried sleeping in on vacation? Like, this is so, I'm like, oh, you just took on another job. God forbid you just chill the fuck out for a second. For real. Like,
I know I haven't read a single page of my book here.
Good thing you brought it all the way there, though.
No, I have read it on the airplane and at the other place. But yeah, no, we've been busy here.
Vacation is so different for, like, we like
tomorrow
really different
we're going to go
things.
walk around Barcelona and shop.
That does sound very fun.
Yeah, that's going to be big. Well, Dylan was nervous, while we were here. And then, I don't know, it's so cool here. Like,
how's he
I was
doing?
riding. He was in second overall, but then
What? That's
he
crazy.
flatted. I know, in the elite men. And then he flatted on one of the, well, he flatted twice because he just big boy, and he rides really. A bunch of his spokes broke, and I guess it punched through the rim tape, and flatted his tire. So, but I think he was still doing well. Like for sure
tape.
top 5, and hopefully like today he didn't have any issues. So. Maybe other people did, and he could.
So
claw
he's
some
already
time back.
finished, but you don't actually know how he did because it's all like
Enduros are
timed.
weird, yeah,
Okay.
because you can like he has like a little timing chip on a bracelet, and then you go through all these gates, and it gets your time. So it doesn't like total everything until you finish and check in at the end of the day.
Crazy,
And
but that's kind of
then-
fun.
It is. It's a cool format. Like like a bunch of the people will like drop with like their friends. Like they'll like chip in, dip their chip, and
Dip
then
their chip.
right. They don't care about the results at all. And like that's why I liked enduros, because you could just do them and you don't have to even look at results.
friends?
I think so. He made some Polish friends and some Canadian friends, and then basically anyone who speaks English.
That's probably fair. That makes sense. Otherwise, you're doing like
it's
a lot
cool.
of thumbs up.
Yeah, it was funny, like cheering in Spanish. I'm like, buen trabajo. Arriba.
Well, that's good. They're probably like,
Bien, bien.
what? Good.
I think I said, andale, andale. And then we were like, mama,
Mama,
ia,
yeah.
uh-oh.
Exactly.
And then some guy came by us at one point yesterday, and he screamed. We were like, good job. And then he screamed something in Spanish, and I was like, ¿qué? And then he was like, he screamed it again in Spanish, and I was like, I just didn't say anything. He goes, I don't have rear brake. And I was like, why are you telling me in 2 languages? Keep going.
Good job.
Good job.
Bien.
Buen trabajo.
That's fun.
It's fun. But yeah, it has been really fun. It's a cool way to like, learn a language or not.
Yeah.
But I've been like tootling around, and I don't really plan. Shocker, I don't really plan much. But
Don't worry, you filled all of your time.
yeah, keys. Llaves, llevas. Llevas or llaves? Okay, bye. Let me know. We're finding out if Dylan's on the podium. I like went and asked him if he was, and he was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, you got to wait until the chips dip.
Yeah, I gotta dip those chips.
Dip the chips,
and then
and
his
then
time
you'll
was
find
all
out.
messed up. So,
Any meltdowns, like being on the outsider, not being the racer, Dylan being the racer? Does he get melty about anything?
he was nervous. He's been a little bit nervous. Like I think he said he was nervous for today. We had
like, is he nervous about the competition or nervous about like the actual like course?
I think he said like going into it, he was like, I just want to have a good time. I mean, of course, like you want to do well and like survive it, in one piece. But then I think once he was doing well, then like yesterday, I think he was pretty bummed when he like flatted, and I was like, ugh,
yeah,
that sucks. Like, I
mean,
I don't
really
care.
seem to be an issue in biking.
It truly, like was thinking so much about like the comparison between like racing bikes and racing running
legs, racing bikes and racing legs.
Oh my God, especially when we were hiking up to that, I was like, oh my God, people race this. I was like,
Run.
I mean, Alex, like our legs are so sore today. We had to run down the trail again today, and they're so sore from yesterday, just like doing a 9-mile hike. Like, I mean,
Who's
it was
a faster hiker?
I think I was.
Really? Because you had some competition? Because
Yeah.
when you hike with me, I'm like, hurry the fuck up. Like, why are you so slow? I know you're in much better shape than I am. Why are you
Mom
going
hike really
so slow?
quickly.
Well, Mike. Well, mom and hike is Mike. Mom has to really slow it down now. We're going, pump the brakes a little bit. Bring your poles.
Yeah,
Make
the
sure
poles
each
thing.
foot lifts up and puts down.
Puts down. Oh, man. Did I talk about my grievances about Europe, though, yet on the last podcast? I can't remember because I feel like we ended and I was like, oh, I should have talked about, did I talk about eating out?
You talked about being American and using a fork to cut.
Okay. So my one gripe with Europe, honestly, I think it's just one.
Here we go.
Is eating out. It takes forever. It takes forever. There's no rush. And it's a me thing. It's an American person thing. But if you want to eat early, that's out for sure in Spain. Like you are not
early
eating
in the evening.
Correct.
Like before 9.
Or in the middle of the day, that's also out.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time that places are open doesn't make sense whatsoever. Like coffee shops don't open till like 9:30.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like I would actually do so well with that. Like slow and like late. I feel like I would do really well with that.
Yeah. It's fun if you don't have other things to do or if you're not tired.
I'm just saying that whole lifestyle of like not being
I think once
rushed
once you're locked in, it's great. But like when we go out to eat and Girona is like really busy, especially when we're there because it's like there's a huge bike race. So like there's all these annoying people there for like the service industry. So it like sucks to be another
sucks
one of them. But like, yeah. But then, like, you sit down and they clock you for Americans immediately. And we've gone out to eat with, like, our Spanish friend before and immediately get, like, served. We get beautiful bottles of wine and have a lovely experience, you know, blah, blah, blah. If it's just us, same restaurant. This has happened. We've gone to the exact same restaurant that we did with our Spanish friend. Nothing. Like, sat down. We were seated for, like, 45 minutes before someone came and asked us anything. But here it's like it's so funny, like the lag here in this little tiny town of Banasque, they're waiting for the check is the slowest part often. Like you've eaten everything's done, and then sometimes like if you get up to go pay inside, they're like pissed at you and they're like, why are you in here? And then other times they're like, why didn't you come in here? So Dylan trying to do that, oh my god, it's hilarious because you know he hates talking to people. That's my job on vacations. Everyone has their like assumed role. Yeah. I come alive, you know.
You do.
Iceland,
you really do. I remember being in Mexico with you and being like, I just want to like going to the grocery store and just being like, I hate looking like I don't belong. I hate looking like an American who's like, you know, doesn't know the language, any of the things. And you're just like sauntering through every single aisle. You're talking to every single person who will talk to you. Everyone's looking at you because you're like, well, you're cute. And also you're like blonde and tiny and super fit and just like, but I feel like you love it. I'm like, get me out of here. All I want to do is get away from people looking at me. And you take so much time. You just want to look at everything. You're asking questions about like what this is.
I know where every it is annoying. I'm sure Dylan is like, ugh, kill me.
I mean, it's great because I don't have to do it.
But I met someone from Nicaragua. I met someone from Ecuador. I met someone from Argentina. Got their whole life story. He's also a barber. He was going to trim up my neck.
Like I'm that person in my relationship in like when there is English to be spoken. But this actually, when we went to
that's Ecuador, how I learn.
It's Jeff. Jeff does it. Cool. In other languages, it's Jeff.
That's cool.
Other languages. In Spanish. Because we like got to Ecuador and he kept telling me, he was like, I kept like, before we left, I was like, how's your Spanish? And he was like, it's better than anyone else in my family, which I'm like, okay, well, we'll see how that goes. And then we like got to the airport and got in like a cab, and Jeff out of nowhere, I was like, oh, you do speak Spanish. Like you actually can speak Spanish a lot better than I thought you could. And then so he was the one. It was great.
Great.
Because you know, like here, I'm doing all the talking, always, 100% of the time.
Totally.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just
Travel
like
dynamics.
I just like learning. I mean, obviously, like we grew up in New Mexico, so like we've been around Mexican Spanish a lot. But I mean, neither of us have really taken a Spanish class
Wasn't the language I did.
whatsoever. Oh yeah, you did sign
You
language.
took Spanish?
I took Spanish in college.
And you went to Nicaragua for a summer.
I know, but I got there and I didn't know what I still don't really know how to conjugate. I don't know what that is. But yeah, anyway.
Maybe we should take a Spanish class. Wait, before we get too in the weeds, I do have a really embarrassing story I need to tell you. Embarrassing for me, not for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I had to call Mom immediately.
You're turning pink.
Well, because it was so embarrassing. Okay, so I went and I went to the doctor to get my blood drawn because I'm like gonna do some panels and stuff.
Did you take your pants off?
No, I would say worse. So this guy the phlebotomist comes in and he's like probably like 30 or 40 and he's like pretty awkward. Like he just like, you know, like I want to like chat with people and like make it, you know, he's not doing that. And, you know, I had just had that like weird episode where I passed out. And so I was like, I actually don't know how I do with needles anymore. And so he like came in and he was like getting set up.
Says the tattoo artist.
I know, but that's a different thing. It's a whole different thing.
Okay.
Because needles, they don't go anyway. So I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to do, with getting my blood drawn. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, is it okay if I lay down? And he was like, yeah, that's totally fine. And I was like, good, because I don't want to go down on you. I was just like, oh my God, what did I just say? But his back was to me, and he's super awkward. He didn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
Do you think he clocked it as something awkward?
Absolutely. Because it was so, like, we were like chit-chatting, and then I said that, and it was silence. Like, didn't say anything. Didn't say either of us. Like, he didn't say like, yep, nope, we don't want that to happen. It just was silent. And then he had
Maybe he did want it to happen.
No. And then he had to like draw my blood. And it was one of those things where like, I had to try so hard to not think about it because it, like, I was just gonna laugh while I was getting my blood drawn the whole time because it was cracking me up internally. So I was like biting the inside of my cheek. But then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like ask him questions. And then he was telling me about how he used to be epileptic. And then I was like, oh, and now you're not, because he was like, I used to get my blood drawn all the time and blah, blah. And I was like, oh, and now you're not, you know, just like asking questions. And he was like, well, no, like my community came together and prayed for me. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's so religious. And I just said something about going down on him. Oh my God, and then got out of there and called Mom immediately and was like, listen to this shit. Listen to what I just fucking said.
You dummy.
It was
That's
so bad.
embarrassing.
It
Well,
was
you
so
can never get your
embarrassing.
blood drawn again.
Never.
Was it in
never
Cortez
again.
or Durango?
It was in Mancos. The first time I go to see a doctor in Mancos, there's
town
one
of
doctor
4
in Mancos.
people.
There's
Great.
got to be one phlebotomist here. It's always going to be him.
Yeah, you do kind of wish you took your pants off.
I do. Oh, it was so embarrassing and really made me laugh though.
Well, I'm trying to think if we've had any kerfuffles on this. I mean, there's so many, honestly, that I can't even think of.
Awards.
Okay, got an
I heard
update.
your phone.
No podiums yet. Wait. Move things inside because it's cold. Sorry, I'm on call. I'm on
so
podium
Sarah's on call because she forgot that we were doing a podcast, and so we didn't start until
Sorry.
late, and so now she's like waiting to see if Dylan is on the podium, and then we have to turn this off. Well, do we pause? We have to turn it off really fast.
Anyway,
and we have to go run.
Let's get to some. Let's get to some.
Well, I'm just
things.
saying, in case it ends really abruptly, that's why.
Correct.
Because Sarah planned poorly.
I didn't mean to. I
Yeah,
feel
it was
really
an
bad.
accident.
Don't guilt trip me.
You're fine.
Roszko said, "Wait, what did the thing that he said? I have RSD. Do you know what this is?
ADHD. You have ADHD.
Rejection sensitive dysphoria, a neurological condition characterized by extreme emotional and physical reactions to perceived rejection, criticism, or failure, and is commonly linked to ADHD."
I have that. Doesn't everyone have that?
That's what I said. I
It's
said
like,
the same
oh,
thing.
you
I
hear
said
like
Hannah has that.
Totally.
And
Compliment sandwich. I'm like, all I heard was the fucking critique.
no, but Roscoe was saying Kayla doesn't have that, and Dylan definitely doesn't have that. So
Jeff
like,
doesn't have that.
Apparently Dylan asked me to do. So back to me being race support. I really want to. I like being support. I like being the one that's not stressed out and nervous. It's been great. But then I was like, I mean, I can't. Obviously, I'm not going to like help Dylan with his bike because no one wants that. He would not have even started. But then I was like, okay, I'll do the other things. Like I can at least help cook meals or make the other things easier and do laundry and stuff. And then I basically didn't hear him 2 different times ask me to do his laundry and forgot to do it twice. And then I felt terrible about it. And then I forgot the podcast. So feel bad about that too. So thanks for bringing it up.
I just think it's funny. I mean, yeah, it's just how it goes.
It sure is. It's funny. It's so funny.
But then I feel like you were annoyed with me when we were on the phone.
No, I wasn't. No, I was just problem solving.
Well, that's my rejection, whatever it's called, being like, you fucked up, but now you're mad at me about it, and I'm in trouble.
Anyone with siblings is going to be like, wow, this is like fighting with my sibling.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to turn this off. This is literally just fighting with my sibling.
I was like on a ride. Yeah, the rides here have been so cool. If anyone
look
is
really
interested,
cool.
It's really beautiful. It's funny, like when you travel, you want to see new stuff. And like we've seen a ton and like we've been to Spain a lot. Like this is my, 6th time to Spain.
This year.
Yeah, it feels like it. But this area, like I've never been.
I'm sorry. There's a dog just running on the sidewalk with a sweatshirt on, but I don't see a human around. But I feel like it's cared for. He's wearing a hoodie. Literally a hoodie. Okay. You went.
It's fun for everyone listening.
Sorry. I just was... Anyway.
Did you learn nothing from the reel that was edited?
What reel?
About you?
What? What was my takeaway?
Do better. Focus.
I'm sorry. I thought a dog running with a hoodie is worth saying. There's so many things I haven't said that I've seen in my window.
Maybe turn around next time.
Turn around.
So I forgot what I was saying.
About the animals in Spain. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually where you were going.
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh.
Well, I do know one of my bullet points. Roscoe and I were having dinner because Dylan had one night away, sleepaway camp, and
Cute.
So he and I stayed here, and we were at dinner, and there were these. It was like the dog walking hour, I guess, when we were eating, and we saw 15 different dogs come past, and we were like, oh my God, because I miss Norman and Alex misses, they like have shared custody of their Navy Bean, their dog.
Navy Bean.
I know. Very cute. So anyway, we were watching all these dogs pass, and all of them, I was like, do they not have chondroitin and glucosamine in Europe? Because all of these dogs could really benefit. Each one had like a weird limp or a gait, and like one looked like its legs were sewn on to the wrong size of the dog.
Oh God. You just show up to Spain and you've got like tons of vials of Librela.
Oh my God, truly, like there's another hustle. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, maybe it's not like a thing. I don't know.
Oh God. Or maybe they're just like
very limpy.
19 years old. They
all could have been
just
really
well
old.
and they're
True.
just really, really old.
I don't think this is like a European specific thing.
This
I was just like,
the
oh my
little
God.
window in time that you saw a gazillion little gimpy dogs.
Gimpy dog, get them
His
some
legs are sewn on
glucosamine.
backwards.
And then another learning I had. Okay, so I feel like you can relate to this. Maybe I can only handle one form of social media as like an athlete, I guess, and someone who's like more so in the public eye a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Instagram, that is something that I enjoy. I like seeing people's photos, and obviously it's evolved into this thing that I actually really don't enjoy very much. It's not that fun. And I don't know, when you're like, you need to take a break from it. And Grady, one of my friends, he had his Instagram, he got like swept by a bot Like he had like his old school email, and he like didn't.
Swept by a bot.
Yeah, they like deleted his Instagram.
Okay.
Anyway, and then he just picked up a new form of social media as a cyclist, which can you guess what it is?
Strava?
Correct.
Which is, yeah, I don't know anything about Strava, but what I understand is it can be used as like social media. Like people,
Yes,
like Twitter?
so
Is it like Twittery?
It is. It is. It's like Twitter and Instagram and
People post photos on there?
yeah, it's nuts. So
Really?
yesterday, it can be a really helpful. I've always kind of avoided it. Like when I was on the Sweet Elite team a million years ago, they like had us all get Strava accounts. So like for a long time, the only people I ever followed on Strava were my teammates from that team, like Payson and Sepp and Steven and Howard and like, you know, I mean, good cyclists, but like I just followed like 8 people, I think, for a long time. And I knew, because I was still racing, I was like, this is not going to be something that is healthy for me because it's more competition. It's like competition with riding. And for most people, I think like who are interested in that, I think, you know, it's awesome. But for me, I can only handle so much competitive energy. But now Strava has turned into this, it's crazy all the stuff that you can do on there. Like you can, I'm trying to think of my learnings.
Tell me all the stuff that you can do.
Okay, so there's a safety component, which I did learn about that. You can like set your like bubble. So when you like start and end a ride, everyone listening should check this because I don't think you want it to be set so like people can go and look and figure out where you're staying and where you're living. But then I've learned all of these new, like I was sitting on the couch, and when you're traveling, it's actually a really helpful, well, I mean, I shouldn't really talk about Strava a ton because there's this crazy thing that's happening. They're suing Garmin right now. Like as of Strava is suing Garmin because they're like making them not because of this thing called heat maps. I think this is the thing, but they're suing
like the
Garmin.
Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle. Like, are they going to start battling it out?
Totally, people are choosing sides, baby.
I can't wait. Wow, this is
but it is kind of crazy because like one of my favorite features on like the Garmin maps and Strava is that you can like be in a new place like this and see like it's called heat maps, and you can see popular trails that other people have ridden, and like it'll give you like it's all color coded. And that's actually the only thing on Strava that I ever really use, like ever go on to see. Like it's helpful in the shoulder seasons to see if like trails are dry. You're like, oh, this many people are, you know, exercising on this trail. I guess it's dry, or they're a bunch of assholes on it. So anyway, I was going through there, and there's so much, like I've had so much data shared with people. It's nuts. Yeah. Like my heart rate, my power, like I know you could hide it, but I like always forget. Anyway, my Strava is like the least interesting thing because I never remember that I have it auto synced, you know, to every time I finish a ride, it automatically loads it onto Strava. And people get really creative with their Strava ride names and like add photos and like say how they were feeling for a race. And mine are all morning mountain bike ride, lunch ride, lunch ride, lunch ride.
You're like the 70-year-old lady who's trying to use like Instagram for the first time.
One of my friends, Sophie, after Levi's or one of the first races, she sent me a screenshot and she's like, can I just be your intern for Strava? And she sent me a screenshot of my like race where I got a pretty good result. And it was just morning mountain bike ride. It was a road race. So not going to get a sponsorship by Strava, but there are all these like really sick things you can do on it, but boo on them for suing.
So like the people who are like the most active on Strava, like they're posting photos and like what they're feeling, like
so there's a whole
captions
feed.
and reels, huh?
Yeah, like let me scroll real quick through here. Well, here's Dylan's. Oh, see, he already named it, and you can give people kudos.
What'd he name it?
He named today's Trans Nomad Dia Cuatro. And then you can see if...
Were there a lot of T's in there?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can like see if you get QOMs or KOMs. He rode for 4 hours and 10 minutes, gained 4,400 feet, and rode 28 miles. It's a long day. Anyway, people
Gosh,
can...
I find that stuff pretty boring. I feel like that is one of...
Roszko already loaded our hike to go shoot a photo of Dylan, and then this sick photo that Roszko got of Dylan racing.
That seems like so... That is a very cool photo. And for those who want to watch this episode, you can watch it on Spotify and
Okay,
YouTube.
I would love to... Okay, if you have been... I've wanted to say this. This feels very podcast coded.
Oh my gosh, say it. Let's see it.
I really love reading people's reviews, only if they're nice. If you have something mean to say, please don't share it.
Keep it to yourself.
Also, if you really like this podcast, it's awesome to hear from you. You can like... If you listen on Spotify, you can like actually comment on each episode, which is kind of funny. And like people are quite funny. Like there were some funny hair gel jokes on there that I'll leave it for each and every one of you to go look at those.
I think that was on Instagram.
No, there were some on Spotify too.
Oh, really? I should probably go look at those then.
But please review our podcast. I'm not even going to tell you to give us 5 stars because if you don't think it's 5-star worthy, don't do it.
Don't review it.
Don't review it.
So
there's some really
don't tell us.
some really funny ones, and I really love that people are enjoying it and like commenting because it's really funny.
One of my, I think this was just on Instagram, but one of my favorite comments, I think it was on the hair gel one.
Probably
was something about like, they were like, you know, you ask Lily to take, like to cut things, and they were like, I'm so curious what Lily actually does cut, seeing as like how much stuff actually makes it through. And I thought that was very funny, very astute, very funny. What?
Oh wait, look, sorry, I was medium listening to you. Someone commented on the last podcast, and they said, so basically the 6'7" slang, I believe, originated from a rap song that had the lyric 6'7" in it. I'm reading this in real time, so we might have to cut this. And people started making TikTok edits of a basketball player that had the jersey 67, and then it became a whole meme on its own.
Thank you.
Honestly,
need a
Shop
fact checker.
Savvy.
Shop Savvy, keeping us in line, keeping us.
Oh my
on
God,
top.
we'd love to hear about anything, all the other things too. Oh my God, there's lots of comments. Mom said she loves seeing the mugs.
Mom always has the weirdest comments. If you see something from Margie Weinstein that seems totally off base and irreverent, it's our mom.
But also,
what did she say? Something. There was one that she commented. She was like, "I thought Han was wearing a hat,"
oh, yeah.
and then that was it. That was the only comment.
Okay, what?
I thought she had something on her head. Thanks, Mom.
Oh my God.
Okay,
since this episode's gonna be like damn near an hour, so I want to get to like some bike racy things.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
what world championship was it this time?
Oh, well, there is a race.
Oh, I thought it was over. My God. Okay, let's hear it.
We still have gravel world champs coming up in a couple weeks, but this week was European champs. So which is basically like mini world champs, just without all the Americans and South Americans and Central Americans and Canadians. Okay. Anyway, I basically just said what Europe was.
But thank you so much for that. It's really helpful.
European champs, pretty hard to guess who that includes. But it's exciting for people because Europeans, as you have probably gathered, are all quite strong, and cycling is in their blood. So it's been an interesting race, but boring men's race.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The same person always wins all of the men's road races. Who is Pocaccia?
Who is Focaccia? Who is Focaccia?
Who is, what was it? Happy Focaccia? What
Happy?
was your, no, you like, you said that you like saw someone's TikTok.
What? I don't know.
What was
I
the
got nothing.
Focaccia? There was like another, you said that you saw a TikTok.
No, this was, well, during or after the tour, I was
The
like,
tour.
well, there's Focaccia, and then there's the finger guard.
That one. Finger guard.
Finger guard and
Okay,
Focaccia.
so finger
That wasn't
guard
TikTok,
got
that was
dropped
me.
today. There was like
Oh.
this, the media tries to make it like very dramatic, like who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Is it finger guard? Is it Focaccia? Is it Remco? You know? And we don't know.
I love that brand. Oh my God, I love Remco.
We love
Remenco, that's what I put in my hair.
Arenco. So we got Arenco, we got finger guard, and we got Focaccia.
Okay,
and
great.
the thing is, the media always tries to play it up like Focaccia isn't gonna win, and
Focaccia wins
Focaccia
every
always
time.
wins because Focaccia's delicious.
Focaccia's
And
the goat.
Focaccia's the goat. But finger guard,
With a little bit of
you
goat
know.
cheese.
So anyway,
the
I think it's
worst
honestly
sports
really
podcast.
good. It's the worst sports podcast.
Podcast.
But it's really good for women's cycling because everyone's like, oh my God, why would
Boring.
we tune in? It's so boring. We know who Focaccia is going to win.
So what happened with the women?
So, and the women's race was really exciting. I didn't watch it, but I watched some highlights of
But
the
I've
end.
heard.
And Anna van der Breggen, she and Demi Vollering are on the same, they're on the Dutch team, the orange kit together.
Mm-hmm.
So they were teammates. They also, there's like drama kind of because
Drama.
it's really boring. But anyway, European champs, similar to world champs, are kind of fun because everyone who normally races on their trade team, they're racing not on that team. They're racing for their country. So Demi won.
It's like when basketball players do stuff for the Olympics. Like they have their
Exactly.
oh my God.
We are
Sports.
back in. We're back into the
There we
sports
go.
pod. We're really warming up.
Yeah, I
2
was going to
months
try
in.
and name some basketball players and I got nothing.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark. Got it. Got one.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, what else is going on?
So,
and cycling.
well, it's been really fun to watch Mags kind of relish in this new world. Remember last
Who's
week I was
Mags?
telling you Magdalena Valeries, or I can't pronounce.
Oh,
She's
okay.
French Canadian. She's the woman who won world champs.
Who had only won like once.
Yes. Yes.
What did I say? Did that
Once
come
before.
out weird? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. Felt
She
like
had
it came out
won
of my
once before. Sounds like we're telling us a fairy tale.
fairy tale. Once before a time.
It kind of was a fairy tale though. Like she was very much not clocked as like a potential, like same thing that they do with Focaccia and Fingerguard. They like they were like, oh, Demi Vollering and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and all these like big dogs are like, you know, going head to head for world championships in Rwanda, and it's going to be this really crazy thing, and who's going to win amongst these like, you know, famous females, and then it
this
was
famous
just someone
females.
it was someone who no one would have ever guessed except for maybe her teammates, and it's been really cool to like watch everyone like
Her teammates
talk
are
about.
like, we knew all along. We knew she was going to win it.
Well,
really?
so like on road racing, you kind of like, it's sort of like soccer, like you have a team captain basically. And like that person is the one that everyone basically is like, yeah, I think this bitch is going to win. And the whole
is our
team,
bitch.
yeah, the front lines, and everyone basically gets behind her and they like go to war, and they're like protecting their queen bee.
poking each other's
They're
eyes
poking
out.
each other in the eyeballs and cutting each other off. But they're like, okay, this is our race plan for this one person. And it's a lot of pressure. They're called a GC rider, Grand Calendar, I think. I don't know. Something like that.
Really? That's what GC is? I feel like I
think
looked this up for your bachelorette party when we made shirts for you.
That
I
we
thought
have
it was
to
like
bleep
general
out.
contender or something.
Oh, maybe. Should we ask ChatGPT?
That seems like something you should know. You can just Google it.
Well, clearly I've never been the GC girl.
What did we made a shirt for you that said General C word.
What is a GC rider in cycling?
What did you think it was? What did you just say it was?
General classification. I said grand calendar.
Grand calendar? What? That's insane.
I was pretty close.
I'd like people listening to know that Sarah said that. That I know our voices sound similar, but Sarah said that GC was grand calendar. Hannah said general contender or something like that.
General classification rider.
Grand calendar?
Didn't I say calendar?
I feel like you did. I remember being like, that can't be right. That seems wrong. Could have come up with anything better than that.
I feel like I read that somewhere and it either like really was wrong or I switched it in my head.
Yeah, it sounds like it was really wrong. Were you looking at your grand calendar to see what you had, that you missed the podcast? You do need a grand calendar. You need to be a GC writer. Anyway,
so she was their chosen girl, and I think it was like, okay, this is what's inspiring, and I wanted to talk about this because like it's cool. Like I thought about it during my race because we found out that she won the day before that I raced, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, because you go into these races and you're like, oh my god, Rosa's riding so strong and like she's gonna win. I mean, she did win, but you like come up with all these like beliefs that you have based on like your nerves and past results. And like, really, it's a bike race and anything can happen and anyone can win. And it's a healthy thing to remind yourself that like, you just got to believe. Sometimes you just have to believe in yourself.
I feel like you need the like dun, 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 dun. That needed to be playing while you were saying that. Just believe. Little Ted Lasso slapped the sign.
You also have to have just like a crazy amount of talent, which obviously this girl does have.
Yeah, and you have to like eat well and just get lucky and
Yeah. But my friend Ruby, who's Canadian and knows this girl really well, they're like very close friends. They live in Girona. Anyway, they're like super tight
pals.
Ruby like had this like story because she like went back to Girona when she was back, and she took a photo of her in her like world champ rainbow kit with the like medal and everything. And Ruby's caption was just like, "What in the actual fuck? Like this is so sick." Cool. It was just so cute, and she's like so lovely, and yeah, it's cool. It's really, you just don't get moments like that a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like the big wins usually go to the Focaccias of the world. So you got to celebrate when it's the no-namer. Yeah. And you
got to celebrate when it's a rye bread, Sometimes rye really
hits.
Yeah.
And then there was a World Cup mountain bike race in the US, which is a big deal. That season is still going on. My God, they've already had world champs. But big news, Christopher Blevins won and secured the overall. So there's like also like the whole series, and he won the short track, which was so sick. And his mom and sister were there. Kaylee and Priscilla. It was so cute.
I love that.
Kaylee had like little glitter on her. Yeah, so cute.
Oh, I love that.
I know. It was really, really sweet. So that's
a big deal.
That's a very big deal.
Okay.
So good job, Christopher. Cheering for you. Durango kid. Another one.
Woo-hoo.
And it was crazy riding here. I like stumbled across this like really, honestly, I'm just like taking turns. Like taking a right.
What do you mean?
Maybe I'll go up this road, take this road.
I was like, taking turns doing what?
Anyway, so I'm like turned up this road and I was like, oh, like look at my Garmin, and I'm like, oh, cool. It climbs for a while. I'll just stay on it. I ended up riding one of the stages of the Vuelta. España.
I was going to say the what?
España.
Got it.
And I'm like tootling along, and I was like starting to think that it was like definitely a stage because there was like, people's names written on in chalk, but on both lanes facing you. So I'm like, okay, this road was closed to traffic at one point. Anyway, and then I start seeing Sepp Kuss, his name, and he's a guy who's won the Vuelta before. Some guy. He's a pretty famous cyclist now, but he is from Durango, and we were on that same little mountain bike team together back. Dang. He was one of my
Durango's
first Strava follows. But yeah, it was really cool to see like Sepp's little name written. I mean, he's won. It's like the Spanish Tour de France, so it's a big deal. But anyway, like to the point where like a couple years ago, Dylan and I were like getting a rental car in Italy ahead of Gravel World Champs. We're at like some podunky little rental car place, give the guy our driver's license, and he doesn't speak any English, this Italian dude, and he looks at our licenses and he goes, "Oh, Sepp Kuss, Durango kid."
Whoa, crazy.
Okay, and I have to end the podcast on that because Dylan has his podiums.
Okay, do a quick Silka.
Thank you so much. You do a quick Silka.
I'm so excited to learn about what Silka is because we have them for a little bit, and so
we have some fun
we have
things
some stuff on deck.
So thank you, Silka. We have a couple more episodes with you, so thank you so much for supporting this one. We are very excited to explain some exciting things.
I'm excited to
Hannah.
learn. I'm excited to hear
chain
Sarah
lube is.
explain. Yeah, I'm like, chain lube? So can you put it in your hair?
No. Thank
Okay.
you so much, everybody, for listening. Sorry this episode was so chaotic. Hannah, drive safe to Albuquerque.
Sarah,
Give my
walk
love to
safe.
mom and dad.
2 minutes to go watch Dylan get a hopefully he gets a podium. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Everyone's going to be on the edge of their
Okay,
seats.
until you're like ready to go. Turn it off. I don't know how to turn
he
it off.
said
You turn
10
it
to
off.
15 minutes. I just got the text.
10 to 15 minutes. Okay, never.
Well, we don't know.
calm it
It's
down.
Spanish time. We don't know. Things are either super late most of the time, but then the one time that you're counting on it being running late, it's early. So
Okay, so we should probably just still go ahead and end this so that you can get
We
there
should
and
wrap
watch
it
it
up.
because I don't want you to miss it. That would be a bummer to miss
know.
that,
We're so
especially
proud
if
of
he's
little
on the
Dylan.
podium. Little dingus. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you actually in human in person next time, right?
Sí, señorita.
Be in the same place, same
Sí,
time.
papi. Sí, mami.
Okay. All right. I think it's time to go. Okay, bye.
Bye.
End it.